Well, g'day there folks, it's TK Tex here, and today is Wednesday, would be I think about the 6th of October, and just on a couple of weeks leave at the moment. This is my second of 2 weeks leave. Just spent about 5 days down in Melbourne, my mum's 70th birthday, so we had the family gathering down there for mum's 70th, which was quite nice. But since it's a reasonable day today, I thought I'd go for a ride. We're down at the beautiful Gold Coast, probably about, I don't know, an hour and a half, hour and 3/4 away from where I live. So I'll give you a bit of a look at that. Yeah, unlike a lot of you guys over there in the States, just coming up into winter now, we're exactly the opposite. We're just coming up into summer, and just getting a little bit sweaty and humid at the moment. I'm not a big fan of summer. A lot of people up here live for it, but I much prefer the cooler weather. But very pretty. Now they're getting ready for the Gold Coast 600, which is basically the big motorsport meet. They'll be having that fairly shortly, 22nd to 24th October. What we're actually going to ride on, for those of you interested in motorsports at all, we're going to be riding on pretty much the old IndyCar circuit. I know some of you DP Rider 02 over there in Maryland, a bit of a motorsports fan, and yeah, well, it doesn't say you can't go in. This is the pit lane. Right, so this is basically the start-finish line, and this is where they're building the pits and all the corporate entertainment areas. Back in 2003, for the company I worked for, I actually spent the race day for the IndyCar race up in those corporate boxes up there, just entertaining one of the VIP guests, and that was pretty cool. Just above former Formula One driver Mick Asalo's pit. And Craig Pollock, who some of you might know was Jacques Villeneuve's manager for a while, were basically right underneath us, so that was good. I seem to remember watching a vlog of DP Riders a couple of years ago, or that he made a couple of years ago, where he found himself in such a corporate box and ended up striking up a chit-chat with Paul Newman. How cool is that? But anyway, that was all good. So it's kind of good they're building it now. I'll be able to give you a look at the racetrack as it's sort of taking shape. Plus you'll get a look at the Gold Coast as it kind of looks without its clothes on, I suppose you could say. Well, there's the track going off down there, and we'll be going this way. You can hire these little scooters out and take sort of like day trips around the Gold Coast on those. One of the girls I know is planning to do that fairly shortly, actually. We'll have a poodle around on the faithful old Hornet. Yeah, it's really quite built up these days. When I first came to the Gold Coast, it was probably about 1980, when I was very much a younger man, and you had quite a lot of hotels and stuff back then, but this has just done nothing but develop since then. A lot of tourism here, obviously, not just local people in Australia, but a lot of overseas visitors like to come through here. And actually half the signposts around here are written in English and various different Asian languages. We get a lot of visitors from Southeast Asia coming through the place. But quite nice. It's quite a pretty spot. I don't come down here too much these days. Probably a little bit too fast paced for me. A lot of nightclubs, and it's kind of like one of those places, probably like a miniature version of Miami, I suppose. It really just never sleeps. Always something happening down here. We'll start heading down towards the waterfront, give you a look at some of the beaches and all that they've got. Now there's a number of different suburbs or sections of the Gold Coast. Basically what we're coming up into here along the waterfront is what they call Surfers Paradise. you can go further south and you've got Broadbeach and various other spots. It's all much the same. The old Iluka. I've stayed at that hotel a few times actually, just privately. It's an oldie but a goodie. What have we got here? Alright, well they're still building some of the tracks, so we'll see if we can have a look at a little bit of that for you. This is actually right alongside the waterfront. Either that or it's just roadworks. But I know the cars do come down here. This was part of the old Indy circuit as well. Plenty of eye candy around this place. I'm not much of a beach person myself, truth to be told. I don't mind, sometimes I go camping up on North Noosa Beach. I'll do some vlogging when I'm up on the Sunshine Coast next. Hopefully that won't be too far off. I do like to take my Jeep up there and set up camp, just looking out over the ocean. I've sort of never been much of a one for surfing or anything like that. Ideal place to do it if you are into surfing. Alright, well we're back onto the track again. The part of the back straight. Seen some incredible drivers zooming up and down here over the years. Dario Franchitti, Paul Tracy, Alex Zanardi, a lot of those guys. Probably went to the Indy about 3 times. And unfortunately, of course, they've stopped running it here now. I have no idea at all if they're going to bring it back. I really hope they do. I mean, as far as racetracks go, this is a bit like Monaco for Formula One. It's an absolutely, totally useless track, and you'd never build it. As a purpose-built racetrack, you can see where they're putting the chicanes in here. But a great place for a race. Had some wonderful times down here. And a lot of partying afterwards. Unreal. Those amphibious tourers. What we've got down there is SeaWorld, one of the big theme parks. There's a few big theme parks up here on the Gold Coast. Dreamworld, Movie World. They actually do make a lot of movies there. You know, George Lucas and people like that use those facilities. There's that bridge we came over before. You can hire those little boats out. You don't need a license. You can hire little motorised boats, little outboard motors on them, and just have a paddle around in there if you want. I did that a few years ago. It's a lot of fun. Alright folks, well this is coming back onto the start-finish straight again, and past the pit lane. So it's sort of half a lap of the Gold Coast Indy. Would have been nice to do the whole thing actually. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. So until next time, stay upright folks, play safe, and we will see you on the next one. Okay, cheers.